So Newcastle United get back to winning ways with a 5-1 win over Sheffield United here at St James's Park. It was probably the best way they could have bounced back from that defeat at Crystal Palace the other night. It was a really interesting game. It's hard to say that a game that finishes 5-1 is a game of two halves, but it really, really was. Sheffield United started well. They got the first goal through Ahmed Hodzic. Newcastle just didn't deal with the corner. He was free at the back post, headed home. It was a really sloppy start for Newcastle, and one really they didn't get out of. First 20, 25 minutes, half an hour, I think Newcastle were certainly second best. And Sheffield United probably, and should have scored 2 or 3 in that first half. Martin Dubravka made a good save, a couple of, last ditch blocks, some, efforts had gone wide that really should be hit on target by Sheffield United. And, Newcastle went in at half time level. Alexander Isak scored for the 7th consecutive time at St James Park. It was a brilliant ball from Jacob Murphy down the right. Isak found a little bit of space in the channel, and as he does, he went one-on-one with the keeper, and you never ever had a doubt that he'd score, and he did. He put it home. He ran immediately, got the ball back, and you could sense at that point that Newcastle, really should try and put the hammer down. They've been really good under Eddie Howe since his time managing, really, when they get one to get another. But that didn't happen, and Sheffield United, as I said, probably had a couple of chances after that before the break, and really should have gone in with 2 goals or 3 goals even. So yeah, to go in at 1-1 at half time was very fortunate maybe for Newcastle. But then the second half they did what they do best. They absolutely blitzed them in a sort of half an hour period. It was Newcastle not at the best really, but for half an hour they showed why they are at the top end of the Premier League, sitting in 7th as we speak after the end of the game, and why Sheffield United have been relegated with 16 points. They really did crash out the Premier League with a win by Sheffield United, especially in that second half, which would be disappointing for them because they started the game really well. But yes, you can't really take too much away from Newcastle because they did exactly what they needed to do and they got the win. Alexander Isak, he got his second from the penalty spot. That put Newcastle 3-1. You never really had a doubt he would miss that. So consistent from the penalty spot. That was brilliant. But just before that, apologies, skipping ahead of myself there, but yeah, just before that, Bruno put Newcastle at 2-1, put him ahead. It was, after the display before the game with the Brazil flag, the message to Bruno, Joe Linton, you sort of felt like it would happen. And it was a great free kick from Anthony Gordon round the back post. And there's Bruno Guimaraes unmarked at the back stick to dive and head home. It's a goal we've seen before. We saw it at Brentford last year. We saw it not the Forest, I believe. Bruno just goes in around the back, gets a diving header and gets a shot away. And yeah, it was 2-1 and almost instantly the 3-1 again, Alexander Isak. And then as soon as it went 3-1 with Isak second, you did feel that Newcastle would just press on and they would really make the quality and advantage tell. And they did. The 4th goal was a bit scrappy. It was weird. It didn't really get celebrated. I think no one really knew what happened. It was an Anthony Gordon corner that I think Bruno knocked it on. I haven't really seen the replays again. But Bruno knocked it on. It just seemed to back heel off. Or Ben Osborne, backheeled it past his own keeper. It was a real calamitous own goal, and one that when you're at the bottom of the league like Sheffield United, that's the type of goal you concede. And I think, the majority of fans in here you just realise that's the thing that goes against you when you're at the bottom of the league. And the travelling sport of Sheffield United fans probably realise at that point that, certainly realise at that point that their Premier League dream was over. Newcastle made it 5 not long after that as well. Callum Wilson getting on the score, and he and Harvey Barnes came on just after that 4th goal. And it would have been really bad for the Sheffield United defence who have battled all day against Isak, Gordon, and Murphy, to then see Callum Wilson and Harvey Barnes coming on. You feel for them Sheffield United defenders having to deal with that. But yeah, Callum Wilson made no mistake. Harvey Barnes skipped past a couple of players, fed in Callum Wilson, who smashed it home. And it was good to see him get back on the scoreboard after a long time out. Newcastle 5-1 winners. That was it. I think it was a game of a lot of chances. It was quite an interesting 70 minutes or so, and then when they went 5-1, Newcastle took the foot off the gas. Really didn't really test Fodden too much. Just read out the game. Newcastle they give away a penalty in the dying stages. Just Alex Murphy was penalised, but referee Tony Harrington was set in the monitor and overturned the decision. Alex Murphy definitely got a big touch of the ball, and then there was a bit of debate whether it was actually outside the box or inside the box. But Newcastle got away with that, and rightly it wasn't a penalty. But even if that had been given, and Sheffield United converted 5-2 at that point, it wouldn't have made any difference. But yeah, it was a very solid win for Newcastle United, and one they'll be really happy with getting, especially after that disappointing defeat against Palace. And yeah, they've now got 4 games left, 3 away from home, so that they're going to have to improve their away record. That's going to be a big thing for them. Can they do that? But they'll they'll be in the dressing room now and they'll know that Man U have drawn against Burnley, so that's a major thing for them. It's a big boost. Still sit one point behind Man U, so but they know that if all they have to do is win all their games, and then they'll finish sixth, and no matter what happens in the FA Cup final, they'll guarantee European football next year. But yeah, it was, as I said, good solid return for Newcastle, and one that they'll be happy with. 5-1. It's a very it's a scoreline that we've seen a lot under Eddie Howe, and yeah, lots to improve from in the first half, but they did that in the second half, and yeah, it was a solid day for Newcastle United. They've gotten back into European biz. They're in the driving seat now. West Ham drew with Liverpool. That's probably, that knocks them out, but certainly Newcastle are definitely in the driving seat over them. Chelsea have got a couple of big games against Aston Villa and Tottenham coming up. So yeah, Newcastle United 5, Sheffield United 1. They're right in the driving seat for the European spaces. And overall, a good day at St James's Park.